Well, hi there! Today we are going to learn how to make sweet and sour chicken. Yes, because I also cannot cook. Anyway, this is what you need to follow along. I will also put them in the description below, feel free to check them out. And with that being said, let's give it a try. Prepare 500 grams of chicken thigh. Slice the chicken to bite-sized pieces. This is the 4th time I ever handled chicken meat. I think I'm getting better and faster at cutting it. Just agitate it back and forth with a sharp knife. For the wet butter, we need equal amount of cornstarch and all-purpose flour. Add equal amount of butter, so a third cup for me. The thickness of this butter should be similar to syrup, so not as thick as pancake butter and not as thin as cooking oil. Salt and pepper to taste, and about 1 teaspoon of baking powder. This will make the butter expand and feels more airy when fried. For frying, I'll be using a wok. Heat up any cooking oil using medium heat until bubbles starting to form. Dip the chicken into the butter and fry until they turn golden brown, which took me about 3 to 5 minutes. After cooking, you may find yourself with having some excess butter. I don't think you can save it for later, but if you're also cooking for your neighbor, you can serve this fried chicken but without the chicken. Now, let's tackle the sauce. For the sauce, we need half cup of ketchup and dilute it with a bit of water. That's it. I know, crazy, right? Well, we still need to fix this using salt, sugar, and pepper, but generally speaking, you only need ketchup and water. But that doesn't mean that we can't make it even better. Let's prepare 1 small sized onion to make it more aromatic. This is optional, so you can skip it. Just cut it into 4, peel off its outer skin, and cut it however you want. I will cut it into 2 and spread them out. After that, let's prepare 1 red bell pepper. This adds a fresher bite so people won't get bored with the meat. Again, this is optional, so feel free to skip it. First, we treat the pepper like the King of France. Remove the core and cut it in half, and slice it to bite-sized pieces. By the way, this is the first time I ever prepare bell pepper. It's a bit hard to hold because of its uneven surface, but overall, it's easy to prepare. You can also use green bell pepper or yellow bell pepper. This will also add more color variety to the final dish. Finally, let's prepare some pineapple. This is optional, but pineapple adds fruity sweetness and acidity to the sauce, which makes it really good. You can skip it, but I highly recommend that you use it. Cut it thinly, about half the size of the fried chicken. And oh, I almost forgot some scallions as well. Again, this is completely optional. My family always have scallions in our sweet and sour chicken, so personally, I will use it. It's time to actually cook the dish. First, add a bit of oil and stir fry the onion and the scallions. It doesn't need that much oil, just enough oil to cover the surface and make them not sticky. After the whole chicken smells like onion, dump in the pineapple and the bell pepper. Stir fry until there's a bit of char on the bell pepper and add the sauce. Check for seasonings. I didn't make enough sauce, so I'll add more ketchup and more water. I'll also fix it with more salt and 1 tablespoon of sugar. This is optional, but you can add 2 teaspoons of cornstarch to thicken up the sauce. Personally, I don't need it. Mix in the chicken, stir to combine, and you're basically done. To serve, prepare a nice plate of rice and put the chicken on the side. I'll add more scallions as a garnish. And here we have our sweet and sour chicken. Now, let's start the review. If we are not including the optional ingredients, this recipe only needs chicken thigh and bunch of flowers. For that reason, I consider this recipe quite cheap. The hardest thing to do in this recipe is deep frying the chicken. The oil splashes everywhere and it might scare you. So I'll bump the difficulty just a little bit. For the dishes, there are tons of dishes to wash. Tons! But considering that this recipe can easily fit a family of 6, I'll give it a pass. And finally, for the taste, this recipe heavily depends on the optional ingredients. But considering that even the most basic one is quite good, I highly recommend it. Very good, very nice, very delicious. And that's for today's video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and I'll see you next time.